Let's be honest, fellas. Nothing sets the tone for a great day quite like waking up with that old familiar feeling. That natural confidence. That quiet, strong reminder that your body still works like it used to. But if you're over 60 and your morning wood has quietly disappeared, you're not alone. In fact, it's one of the most common complaints I hear from men your age. Now here's what might surprise you. The very fruits you've been told are healthy, the ones you may be eating every single morning, could be silently sabotaging your erections. I know that might sound shocking, maybe even frustrating, especially if you've been trying to eat clean, stay active, and take care of yourself. But I promise you, once you understand why certain fruits disrupt your testosterone, spike your blood sugar, and stiffen your arteries, not in the good way, you'll never look at your breakfast the same again. I want to introduce you to someone, George. He's 64, retired teacher, loves his morning routine. Up by 6:30, stretches, has his fruit bowl with a banana, some grapes, maybe pineapple or a little orange juice. It's healthy, he told me. I've been eating like this for years. But over time, George started noticing something missing. I just don't wake up the same, doc. I feel flat, not just sexually, but in my energy. Like my spark's gone. That's when he found his way to my office. And what we discovered together completely flipped what he thought he knew about healthy eating. Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Jansen. I've spent the last 30 years helping men over 60 restore energy, performance, and confidence, without risky pills or surgery. And I can tell you with certainty, when it comes to restoring morning erections, what you don't eat is just as important as what you do. You see, the older male body is like a finely tuned machine. It doesn't respond well to sharp sugar spikes, hormonal disruption, or hidden inflammation. And unfortunately, many popular fruits cause exactly that. But the good news is, once you remove the troublemakers and add back the right ones, you'll often see results in just days. George did, and so can you. Before I go further, if this topic is hitting close to home, if your morning erections aren't what they used to be, take a second to tap that like button. It lets me know this is information that matters to you. And if you want more honest, science-backed advice like this, subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss a video. I also want to hear from you. Drop a simple yes or no in the comments. Have you noticed a change in your morning performance over the last few years? I read every single comment, and your answers help me better understand what this community needs. Now, back to George. After reviewing his diet, we noticed something clear. His breakfast was causing a massive blood sugar surge every morning. Bananas, grapes, pineapple, and fruit juice all ranked very high on the glycemic index. That means they caused his blood sugar and insulin to spike hard and fast. Here's why that's a problem. When blood sugar goes up too quickly, your insulin rises to bring it back down. That rapid back and forth creates hormonal chaos in your system, especially if you're over 60. High insulin lowers testosterone, and low testosterone is one of the biggest reasons morning erections disappear. On top of that, frequent blood sugar spikes damage the delicate inner lining of your arteries. That includes the tiny arteries that supply blood to your penis. You don't feel the damage at first, but over months and years, they become stiff, narrow, and slow. And one day, you wake up and realize things aren't working down there the way they used to. That's exactly what happened to George. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't unhealthy. He was just misinformed. Now, I'm not saying all fruit is bad. Far from it. But after 60, your body simply cannot handle certain fruits the way it once did, especially not first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. So we made a simple shift. We removed the high sugar, high glycemic fruits from George's breakfast and replaced them with low glycemic, nutrient-dense options that actually support nitric oxide production, testosterone, and vascular health. And I kid you not, within 2 weeks, George came back with a smile on his face. "Doc," he said, "I'm waking up like I did 20 years ago. I thought that part of my life was over. And that's the point. It's not over. You're not broken. Your body just needs the right input to give you the results you want." What George experienced wasn't luck. It was the result of removing the wrong fruits and adding the right ones. In the next parts of this video, I'll walk you through each of the 7 fruits you need to watch out for, what makes them dangerous to male performance after 60, and what to eat instead. But I want you to hear this loud and clear. If your erections have weakened, if your morning confidence has faded, don't ignore it, and don't blame yourself. Most men were never taught how their breakfast choices affect their testosterone, blood flow, or performance. But you're learning now, and with that knowledge comes power. So tonight, when you think about tomorrow's breakfast, I want you to pause before you reach for that banana or pour that orange juice. And ask yourself, is this helping my energy, or quietly killing it? George made that choice, and the man I saw a month later? He wasn't just performing better, he believed in his body again. And that belief, my friend, is the first step to reclaiming the vitality you still have. Let's pick up right where we left off. You now understand how something as innocent as a fruit bowl, especially first thing in the morning, can quietly wreck your testosterone, damage your blood flow, and lead to the fading of your morning erections. And it's not your fault. You've been told for decades that fruit is healthy. And it is, but only some kinds, and only in the right way, especially after 60. So let's talk about the top offenders, the fruits that I've seen time and again disrupt performance in men over 60. And we'll begin with the one that's probably sitting in your kitchen right now, bananas. Now, I want to be clear. Bananas aren't inherently evil. They're convenient, they're high in potassium, and they offer quick energy. But they're also one of the highest sugar fruits you can eat. And after 60, your body doesn't handle sugar like it used to. The banana's fast-burning sugars create a blood sugar spike, especially when eaten on an empty stomach, like so many men do. That spike leads to a crash. That crash leads to fatigue. And worse, repeated daily sugar surges tell your body to produce more insulin. And more insulin lowers testosterone production. George was eating bananas every morning. He thought it was a healthy habit. But when we cut the bananas and added some low glycemic fruits instead, his energy improved, his cravings decreased, and, yes, his morning erections started coming back. The next common fruit we need to talk about is grapes. They're sweet, small, and easy to snack on. But don't let their size fool you. Grapes are loaded with fast-digesting sugars, and they're easy to overeat. A small handful turns into a big bowl real fast. The sugar in grapes spikes your glucose almost as quickly as a soda does. And over time, this contributes to insulin resistance, sluggish blood flow, and vascular stiffness. All three are enemies of strong erections. I once had a patient who said, "Doc, I don't eat junk, but I do snack on grapes all day." He was confused about why his blood pressure was creeping up and why his libido was crashing. When we removed the grapes and replaced them with a handful of nuts and berries, he noticed a huge difference. Which brings us to another sneaky saboteur, pineapple. It's tropical, it's tangy, it's delicious, but it's also extremely high in sugar. 1 cup of diced pineapple has nearly 16 grams of sugar, and that doesn't include what's added if it comes canned or pre-packaged. I asked George, "Do you eat pineapple often?" He nodded. "I like to mix it in with yogurt or cottage cheese." It sounds like a healthy choice, and years ago, maybe it was. But now, that pineapple was giving him a sugar blast that was throwing off his hormones every morning. When we took it out and swapped it with low-sugar blueberries, something amazing happened. His energy no longer crashed mid-morning. He felt fuller longer, and that groggy feeling he used to get around 10 a.m.? Gone. Let's move on to another so-called health fruit that's become a breakfast staple, orange juice. Now I'll say this bluntly. If you're drinking a glass of orange juice every morning, you may as well be drinking soda. Even the no sugar added kind is loaded with natural sugars and lacks the fiber to slow down absorption. That means blood sugar spikes immediately. You wouldn't eat 3 or 4 oranges in one sitting, right? But that's exactly what's in 1 glass of juice. I asked George to stop drinking orange juice entirely. He switched to water with lemon or herbal tea in the morning. Within a few days, he told me he felt more alert, and he stopped needing a mid-morning nap. It's not just about your erections. It's your energy, your mood, your metabolism, your ability to feel like a man again. Now, if any of this is striking a chord with you, if you're starting to rethink what's been on your breakfast plate, tap that like button and let me know in the comments. Say, yes, if you've eaten any of these fruits daily. Say, no, if you've already made a change. Your feedback helps me keep these videos focused and effective for you. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next parts of this series. Next up on the list of healthy but harmful fruits is mango. Mangoes are rich in vitamins, but they are sugar bombs. Just one mango can contain over 40 grams of sugar. That's more than a can of cola. And because they're soft and sweet, they digest quickly, meaning that sugar hits your bloodstream like a freight train. George had a habit of slicing up a mango after dinner. He thought it was a light, healthy dessert. But all that sugar right before bed? It destroyed his natural testosterone rhythm and interfered with nitric oxide production, especially while he slept. After we removed the mango and added a square of dark chocolate with some walnuts instead, George told me, I actually slept better. And I woke up ready. That brings us to watermelon. Yes, even watermelon. Now this one surprises a lot of guys, because watermelon contains citrulline, which can help improve blood flow. But that's only in concentrated amounts, and it doesn't cancel out the sugar load. Watermelon is about 92% water, but what's left is mostly sugar. And most guys don't stop at one slice. They eat a whole bowl. That sugar can spike insulin, crash testosterone, and ironically, block the very nitric oxide benefits the fruit is supposed to help with. So watermelon? Great in moderation, but not daily, and definitely not first thing in the morning. Finally, let's talk about dried fruits, like raisins, dates, and dried cranberries. These are terrible for erections. Why? Because they're concentrated sugar bombs. All the water has been removed, so you end up eating far more than you realize. Just a small handful of raisins can contain over 25 grams of sugar. George was tossing dried cranberries into his cereal and oatmeal. It adds flavor, he said. But what it added was a hormone-damaging sugar surge before 8 a.m. once we replaced those dried fruits with fresh, low-sugar berries, like blueberries or raspberries. His digestion improved, his energy leveled out, and he told me, Doc, I'm waking up hard again, and staying that way longer. Here's the bottom line. Many of the fruits we've been told are healthy, can be, but only when used with care. After 60, your body needs stability, smooth energy, steady blood sugar. Anything that causes spikes will work against your manhood. But now you know better. And in the next part, I'll show you exactly what to eat instead. Fruit swaps that protect your testosterone, support blood flow, and bring your morning confidence roaring back. George made the switch, and the results changed his life. Now that we've uncovered the healthy fruits that are secretly sabotaging your morning erections, let's shift focus. Because I don't just want to tell you what to avoid, I want to show you exactly what to eat instead. Fruit is still a valuable part of a balanced diet. But after 60, you need fruits that support your testosterone, protect your blood vessels, and keep your blood sugar steady. This is where George's story really took a turn. He wasn't thrilled at first about cutting out his bananas, orange juice, and dried cranberries. What am I supposed to eat? Just eggs and toast? He joked. But I assured him, there are smarter fruits that work with your aging body, not against it. The first fruit we added to his breakfast? Blueberries. Blueberries are one of the best fruits a man over 60 can eat. They're low in sugar, packed with antioxidants, and help reduce oxidative stress in the blood vessels, including the delicate arteries that control your erections. More importantly, blueberries are rich in flavonoids, plant compounds that support nitric oxide production and help your blood vessels stay flexible and open. That means better circulation to your brain, your heart, and yes, your manhood. George started adding 1/2 cup of fresh blueberries to his breakfast. Within a week, he noticed something subtle. Doc, I don't feel as sluggish after I eat. My stomach feels lighter. And within 2 weeks, his morning erections had returned, not every day, but far more than before. Next, I had him try raspberries. Raspberries are low in sugar and high in fiber, which means they digest slowly and don't cause blood sugar spikes. They also contain zinc, a key mineral for testosterone production. This combo of slow-release energy and hormone support makes raspberries ideal for morning or afternoon snacks. George enjoyed a small bowl with a few almonds around mid-morning. It holds me over until lunch, he said, and more importantly, his energy didn't crash the way it used to after fruit juice or a banana. Another underrated fruit we added to his routine? Avocado. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Wait a second, Doc, avocados aren't fruits. But actually, they are. And they're powerhouses for male health. Avocados are rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, which help support testosterone production. They're also high in potassium, more than a banana, and contain magnesium and vitamin E. All of which are essential for strong sexual function and hormone balance. George started slicing half an avocado onto his eggs. It helped keep him full, kept his insulin low, and supported the very nutrients that his body needed to perform. Within weeks, he felt stronger, more stable, and more focused. Now let's talk about pomegranate. If you want to supercharge your blood flow, pomegranate is one of the best fruits you can eat, just in moderation. Rich in polyphenols, it's been shown in clinical studies to improve erectile function by supporting nitric oxide levels and increasing endothelial health. I recommended George drink a small glass, just 2 to 3 ounces, of unsweetened pomegranate juice a few times a week. Not every day, just enough to give his arteries a little extra boost. Tastes strong, he said. But a few weeks in, he noticed he was waking up with stronger and more frequent erections, and staying firmer longer. Then we added blackberries. These are another low-sugar, high antioxidant fruit that's especially helpful for circulation and hormone balance. Blackberries are high in vitamin C and fiber, and they taste fantastic with Greek yogurt or on their own. George began mixing them in with his morning blueberries or enjoying them as a light dessert. And again, no crashes. No bloating, just steady energy and better performance. Now here's something important I want you to hear loud and clear. You don't need to eliminate fruit from your life. You just need to be strategic. After 60, your metabolism slows. Your insulin sensitivity changes. And the same fruits that gave you energy at 30 might now be stealing your strength. That doesn't mean you're broken. It just means your body needs something different. And when you give it what it needs, low glycemic fruits, healthy fats, stable energy sources, you get your vitality back. Before we go further, let me check in with you. If this information has made you rethink your morning routine, do me a favor and tap that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to ring the bell so you never miss the videos that could help you feel stronger, sharper, and more alive. And I want to hear from you. Have you tried any of these fruits, blueberries, raspberries, pomegranate, avocado? Let me know with a quick yes or no in the comments. I read them all, and your feedback shapes what I share in future videos. Now, George's transformation didn't stop at fruit swaps. We also looked at when he ate, how much he moved during the day, and how to protect his testosterone during sleep. One key thing I taught him? No fruit late at night. Even healthy fruit can raise insulin just enough to disrupt melatonin production and testosterone recovery while you sleep. So we cut out all fruit after dinner. Instead, if he wanted a snack, he went for walnuts or a boiled egg. The result? Deeper sleep, clearer mornings, and more consistent morning erections. Here's the routine George followed to bring his energy, drive, and performance back. Morning. 1/2 cup blueberries or blackberries, a couple of eggs, and half an avocado. Herbal tea or water, no juice. Mid-morning snack. A few raspberries with almonds or Greek yogurt. Lunch. Protein, veggies, and water, no high-sugar fruit. Afternoon. Light walk, small piece of dark chocolate, 85% or higher, and water with lemon. Dinner. Protein, fiber-rich veggies, and a small portion of carbs. No fruit. Evening. Brazil nut or herbal tea, no food after 8 p.m. And guess what? After 30 days, George wasn't just seeing better erections. He felt like himself again. Strong, clear-headed, less anxious. That's what this is all about. You're not chasing a quick fix. You're rebuilding the foundation, one smart choice at a time. In the final part, I'll walk you through the complete checklist, what to remove, what to add, and the top signs that your morning performance is back on track. I'll also share how George talked to his wife about the changes, and how it brought them closer than they'd been in years. By now, you know that not all fruits are created equal, especially when it comes to male health after 60. Some, like bananas, grapes, and dried fruits, spike your blood sugar and crush your testosterone. Others, like blueberries, raspberries, and avocado, gently support your body's ability to perform, restore circulation, and protect your hormones. But now comes the most important part, putting it all together. Because knowledge is power, but only when you take action. So let's walk through a clear and simple checklist to help you reclaim your morning erections, one step at a time. George followed this exact plan, and it transformed not just his body, but his relationship and confidence. First, start by removing the saboteurs. No bananas first thing in the morning. If you love them, save a small piece for after a full meal, and not daily. No grapes, pineapple, or mango. These tropical fruits are too sugary for an aging metabolism. No fruit juice. Even the healthy ones are loaded with sugar and stripped of fiber. No dried fruits. They're sugar bombs in disguise. No fruit late at night. Let your body wind down without an insulin surge. I know that might feel like a lot at first. George thought so too. But the truth is, you won't miss them once you feel the difference in your body. Now, here's what to add. 1/2 cup of blueberries, blackberries, or raspberries in the morning. Add to yogurt, oatmeal, or enjoy alone. 1/2 an avocado with breakfast or lunch for healthy fats and testosterone support. A few ounces of pomegranate juice 2 to 3 times a week, preferably in the afternoon. Not at breakfast. Water with lemon or herbal tea in the morning. Hydration supports blood flow. No more than 1 small serving of fruit per day, especially if you're working to reverse blood sugar issues. George also combined these changes with just 15 minutes of walking a day. Nothing intense, just enough to keep his circulation moving and reduce stress. And stress, as you may know, is one of the most underestimated causes of erectile dysfunction. Now let's talk about a topic most men never discuss: how to share these changes with your partner. When George started making these adjustments, he wasn't sure how his wife would react. "She's used to me being low-key about this stuff," he said. "What if I disappoint her again?" I told him the same thing I'll tell you. Communication matters more than perfection. Tell her you're making changes. Tell her you still care. Tell her you're not giving up on this part of your life. He sat his wife down and said, "I'm trying a new plan to get my strength and confidence back. You might notice a few different things in the kitchen. And hopefully, in the bedroom, too." She didn't laugh. She didn't roll her eyes. She put her hand on his and said, "Thank you. Sometimes, your effort speaks louder than results. And when the results do come, that effort makes them even more meaningful." George's relationship didn't just improve physically. It deepened. They felt like a team again. And that emotional closeness? It amplified everything else. Here's what you can expect when you follow this plan for 30 days. Morning erections returning, or getting stronger. More energy throughout the day. Fewer sugar crashes and cravings. Improved mood and sharper focus. More confidence, because you know your body is responding. Now, will this fix everything overnight? No. But will it start the healing process? Absolutely. You've heard me say this before, but I'll say it again. You are not broken. You just need to meet your body where it is today, not where it was 30 years ago. Once you understand what to avoid and what to embrace, your body can, and will, respond. It wants to heal. It wants to restore. And yes, it still wants to perform. But you have to give it the right support. George didn't have a miracle moment. He had a gradual shift. A week without bananas. A few mornings with berries and avocado. Some deeper sleep. Some better conversations. And then, one day, he woke up, rolled over, and said, "It's back." That could be your story too. If this series has helped you, please take a moment right now to tap the like button. It's a simple way to tell me this information matters. If you want more no-nonsense advice about restoring strength after 60, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a video. And in the comments, drop a yes if you're ready to start this fruit swap plan. Or a no if you've got more questions. I'm here for both. Your feedback guides everything I do. You've still got so much life and love left in you. Don't let outdated health advice rob you of your best years. You deserve to wake up proud of your body, strong in your energy, confident in your connection. And it all starts with one simple change: what's on your breakfast plate? I'm Dr. Robert Jansen, and I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's keep moving forward together. I'll see you in the next one.